Cantina to North End Oyster, 704076 Salem Street.
Mr. President, thank you very much for having me here, Toscano. For the record, our office located at 15 Broad Street, Suite 610, Boston, Mass. 02109. To my immediate right is David Dallenbrown, who was the proposed manager of record for the new restaurant called the North End Oyster. It's the corporate name is End Oyster, North End Oyster. It is the location of the current urban cantina, which is located at 74-76 Salem Street. The owner of the premises is Nick Fiorillo. Nick is one of the owners of Crudo, which is right next door at 78-80 Salem Street. What we have done, we have submitted an application to the Boston Licensing Board to transfer the existing malted wine with cordials license from the existing establishment to the current, to the proposed owner. We have a hearing date of May, the May 3rd or May 4th, I don't know what the one is. The 4th, so hearing date on May the 4th. As of right now, nothing is changing. The only thing we're proposing is the transfer of the license. There's a current midnight closing hour on the license that is going to remain the same. David is the proposed manager. David has a tremendous amount of experience in the restaurant business. He worked at a number of locations, mostly down south in Florida. He was in the Army for the past 6 years. I don't think the past 6 years, but 2011, right? I'm sorry, so 2011 he's out of the Army, started working. He's currently working at Crudo as a general manager there. So he has a tremendous amount of experience in the restaurant business and businesses serving alcohol. The current floor plan is going to remain the same. Right now there's approximately 1,700 square feet of space. A little bit more. There's roughly 825 square feet up top. And the lower level is approximately 900 and some square feet. There's 76 seats. Upstairs has approximately 30 seats, 34 seats. There's a dining bar. The downstairs has the remainder of the seats. There is a service bar, but there's no seats at the bar, so it's just a service bar. The floor plan is going to change. So I will have to come back at one point where we're going to file probably an alteration of premises application at some point. But we're moving pretty quickly with the transfer. Frank Charay, who's the current owner of the Urban Cantina, has some additional business opportunities moving forward, and he needs to move forward pretty quickly. So Nick had come in and purchased the property, and we signed the lease. I have a tentative menu, as you can see from the name North End Oyster. I would to describe it, maybe a Neptune oyster on steroids. You know, there's going to be a tremendous raw bar, a number of hot and cold appetizers there, and you have probably a selection of maybe 10 entrees and desserts. So this is a tentative menu, but I want to at least show the neighborhood something that we're looking at, so you have an idea of what is going to be there. It's a little more upscale seafood establishment. And I think if you know what these guys have done with Crudo, they've done a very good job, put a tremendous amount of money into the establishment, and made once what was really an establishment that didn't get any business, kind of then made it a nice, lively place for local residents, and I don't think it's going to take any business away from the Neptune Oyster, which seems to be a destination location. We're hoping to really cater to not only be a destination location, but also to our local residents, but just like Crudo is. So with that said, I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
Are there any restrictions on the liquor?
There are none.
No food with
Not that I'm aware of, no. We're going to handle the license transfer from Ferrara's Cafe to, and I don't believe I recall any conditions, no.
Yeah, any questions?
Is the new restaurant going to eliminate breakfast?
You know, I assume it would, given the menu. You know, given the menu, it's not a question I don't think I proposed that question to him, but I think it came up. I don't think it's any breakfast.
Anybody else?
I make a motion to vote.
Any questions from the audience? So are these going to be run like in conjunction, or is it going to be similar
It's not, certainly not a similar concept, but one of the owners, there's three owners of the Crudo, and one of them has purchased this. They right now is working at Crudo. Is it gonna be, but similar, no, different restaurants, I would say, to answer the question.
And any violations at Kudos?
Crudo has been pretty good. I think no violations. I think we had one which was serving alcohol to a minor. That was up at the licensing board, got a warning. At the time that happened, Crudo was one of the owners, put into place the current manager that was there was let go. And there's a new policy that every staff person has to be serve safe, which everybody is now, so there's new policies and that, but there was a warning, no official violations.
Okay. All right. Close the discussion. We have a question from Ann. 1 second.
On the signage.
Change, it hasn't, obviously, it hasn't been picked yet, but I would assume be something similar to Crudo, very plain with the awning, but we'll let the, it has to go through BRA design review the signage, but we'll let the neighborhood know. But like I said, once we officially get in there, there's probably going to be a change of the alteration of the premises. It's not going to remain the same interior as of what I'm told right now.
That other stuff, did that
And now,
go through the sign, the existing sign, did that go through the BLA?
the urban canteen one?
Yeah.
I assume it did, it has to, but I don't know, I can't tell you. Unless you know the answer.
No, I don't know, I wanted to.
Oh, that, I don't know.
It just doesn't look like it.